Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, Mahasham, Mahavakar, Kodash. Honors to the apostles that have in the Holy Spirit and to the hopeful elect across the globe and to the very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in hopes of being saved within these last days. And so lucky, I've got something in my mouth right now. It's a soother because I don't want to start coughing on camera. So if you're thinking, why is he talking that way? Because I've got a soother in my mouth. And yeah, I really hope this helps someone. When the devil can't get to you, there's that phrase, right? Guess who he's going to use? The narcissist, brothers and sisters that are listening and learning. This is 100% demonic possession. The doctors, they give it terms, well, it's NPD, which they call it narcissistic personality disorder. You have people say, well, don't we all have a little bit of narcissism in us? Yeah, but there's levels to it. There's levels. We're going to go straight to this, Baba Kashar. What you have to do with these type of people, you have to offer consequences. You have to set boundaries. Why? Because you're dealing with the devil. You're not dealing with a person. The person is a meat suit that's being used, that has given themselves over to this spirit. Let's go. We're going to start off with even John 10 and 10. All right, we're going to just flow with the spirit on this one. John 10 and 10. Bear me just a minute. And we've got the blue letter Bible on deck as well. Okay. So we're going to go John 10 and 10. Remember, these people, they don't have no boundaries. They don't have no. All right, John 10 and 10. It says, the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and might have it more abundantly. So that's their MO. Remember, they don't have an identity. They used to have one. But the devil took that by various different means. A lot of these narcissists tend to be in groups. Why? Because of they can't self-regulate. You already know that. And because they're not good alone, they need, what's that word? They can't be alone for too long. There's a word for it. They always need somebody else around them, all right, to make them feel good, or that they can put their demonic spirit upon. You're dealing with a meat suit. Oh yeah, that's it. Codependence. That's it. Codependence. So this is why you will always see them around someone. So they come to kill, to steal, and to destroy. That's why anyone that's around them, their lives end up turning into a whole misery and confusion and so forth. Now, next scripture. Let's also jump to, we got James, and we also got, what else? The Lord is not the author of confusion. Check this out. We're going to go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 33. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. I'm glad that the narcissist was sent into my life. You know why? Because now it's taught me a lot and what to look out for. So I'm very glad. I'm really, really, really glad about that. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 33. Check this out. For God is not the author of confusion, but it says, but of peace. Key thing, confusion. The narcissist. What spirit does he have on him? Confusion. Chaos demons, man. They have chaos demons on them, man. Check out any narcissist. They thrive in chaotic environments. If it's peaceful, they can't handle that. So there's clues here. But it's bigger than the narcissist. The narcissist is the devil in disguise. Okay. Type in this word confusion. Oh my gosh. Check this out.
Strong's G181. Akatastasia.
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 Akatastasia, that's in the Greek. Outline biblical usage. It says instability. Instability. These are spirits. They thrive. They're unstable. They are unstable. So you might have one in your premises, and you might be feeling, well, what's this spirit? You're just feeling a little bit unstable, and you know that's not your spirit. No, that's someone that's around you trying to get in your energy, which they will try. They're unstable beings, very unstable. A state of disorder, disturbance, confusion. That's why anywhere there's an ark, guess what? You're going to see instability and a disturbance and confusion. They thrive off commotion, just like the devil. See, these are traits. That's why I say, listen, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but they have given themselves over. And if you're asking, well, do they know that they're possessed? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Please don't tell me they don't. Yes, they do. They know that because they give themselves to this particular spirit. They don't fight it. They do know. They're fully aware that they're demonically possessed. They just don't want you to know that. And they have a different mask for different people they hang around with. So they put on a mask. They have a different personality. It's kind of like, you know, Jekyll. Hold on just a minute. You ever heard of Jekyll and Hyde? You heard of Jekyll and Hyde, right? Well, that's what spirit they have. They have that Jekyll and Hyde spirit, basically. They're one way outside, or one way with one person. Then that's what they do. But you know, that's energy, right? That takes energy to do that. That's wrong. You can't do that forever. No way. Because that takes energy to be fake, to be conniving, to put on a mask when you're speaking to different people, hide who you are. That's why a lot of these people, you won't really see them outside for too long. They won't really go outside for too long unless they really, really, really need to. Why? Because eventually they've done so many people in, screwed so many people over, they're looking over their shoulders. So most of these people, they'll be indoors most of the time. Okay. And they'll be looking, while they're indoors, if you're indoors with them, they'll be looking for supply. Heavy. But let's continue. God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints. So yeah, peace, key thing. Lord's going to give you peace. He ain't going to give you confusion. So when the narcissists around you, they want you in confusion. They want you unsure of yourself. Let's go to James as well. Excuse me just a minute. Confusion. That's what they're all about. Chaos, man. They can't live in a peaceful environment. It's too much for them. Right? They need that around them. And the reason why they need chaos around them, so they can be there to try to regulate that chaos when they're the ones causing it in the first place. See, it's madness. Oh, it's madness. It's complete madness, basically. Absolutely. Look a shot. James 3:16. For where envy and strife is, there is confusion. See, these are the clues. So they're envious, or they tend to envy people, and strife. There is confusion in every evil work. So when you see these things, you don't really want to be around their presence because this is what they bring. They're the type of people, they look around because they're insecure. They look around the room looking for something that's not even there. Okay, they do this type of stuff. Like go around looking for trouble that's not even really there. And confusion in every evil work. So where envy and strife is, you're going to see confusion and every evil work, which is what? Witchcraft. And your narc, your covert narc, there's many different type of narcissists. Your covert narc is doing things in the background and thinking nobody can see them, but don't fret. Why? Because God sees them. Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai sees them. So your covert narc is the one that's really pulling the strings, and he would do black magic, and it's so bad he would do black magic. Example, you could have a flat. Just throwing this out, you could have a flat, and the people in that flat don't realize, and they know the covert narcissist, but they don't realize the covert narcissist is actually doing work on them, black magic. So the covert narcissist is doing black magic on the people that he's friends with, so-called friends with, loosely using that word, and he's trying to turn them against you by using black magic, unbeknownst to them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? And he's doing this by energy, not just by slander. That's just one of the ways, by energy. Because if they're around him, they're sitting in his or hers energy, the covert narcissist. This is where you get the slander and, the hate and the jealousy. So they will also result to every evil work in terms of witchcraft. They practice black magic, right? Completely exposing these individuals and showing you how they operate. The covert narc, I've told you, when you're not home, what they would do, they will gather up. The reason why they gather up, remember, they can't be by themselves for too long. They'll always be in a group, no matter what. The narcissist, the covert narc, will always be in some type of group. Always. Always. Because they can't be alone. They can't function alone. Okay? This is why they always have a group. I mean, that group, I say the group is the legion. You know the legion of demons? Hold on, where did that car come from? Where did this car come from? Where did that person come from? That's coming from the covert narcissist. Because the covert narcissist is in a group. If it's not a group, it's a cult. If it's not a cult, it's a Freemasonry. If it's not Freemasonry, it's some type of group. How do you know? Because they can't be alone. This is where you get your flying monkeys. People you don't know, right? Coming your way, but you don't know them because of the covert narcissist, right? Which is a demon. Okay. See what else we got. Let's see what else we got. Let's also go to Corinthians. Hold on. It's very, 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 very cunning. There's a lot of tactics. We're going to look at these tactics. Check this out. So a narcissist thrives on emotional chaos. Key thing, emotional. That's why the scripture says in Ephesians, give the devil no place. Let's go to that now. Give no place. So he's going to look for a door. The narcissist, example, someone's outside. Say someone's outside your house. All the doors are locked. And like a zombie movie, that person's trying to bang on the door. Let me in. Let me in. That's the narcissist. They look for access points. They actually look for access points. Okay? They look for access points, man, within your life. They study people. They study people for long amounts of time, very long amounts of time, until they find some type of weakness within your armor. You're dealing with it. Listen. You're dealing with the devil here. You're not dealing with a real person. You're dealing with a meat suit. Some people call them meat suits. You're dealing with a meat suit. That's what you're given. A meat suit. They will watch you, however long it takes. They will watch you until they get some info. They will also hold on one thing at a time. Ephesians 4:27. Neither give place to the devil. See, don't give him any space. Don't give him any place. So they're likened unto a spirit trying to get in, looking for access. So they will try to access you energetically. That's why they practice black magic. Energy harvesting. They try to get next to you, try to get next to your space, try to get next to your energy, try to bind your energy field to theirs. They do binding work, right? They use voodoo, they do all that type of stuff because they're dark forces. You're not dealing with a human. You're dealing with a human that's been taken over, that's been fully demonically possessed. Oh, they're not in the driver's seat, they're in the back seat. They're in the back seat. It's possession. It's possession. Yeah, you understand? This is possession. And but brothers, we're giving you game. I'm telling you what to look out for and the signs. Okay? Real talk. Real talk, Baba Kisha. And they thrive on emotional chaos. So we're gonna get into some scriptures to deal with your emotions. Okay, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. He that is slow to anger, slow to anger. Check this out. This is for some reason it's taking long to click in. I'm clicking it on, but it's taking long. I really hope this helps someone. And you're not mad. We're gonna get into all of that, the madness. We're gonna get into all of that. If you're not strong, oh, they will destroy you because it's spirits, brothers. Proverbs 16 and 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. You see? So a man that's slow to anger, that has self-restraint, is better than a man that's strong, mighty, muscles, all of that. Why? Because this man is thinking. When you're slow to anger, you can make right decisions. And he that ruleth his spirit is better than he that taketh a city. Rule your spirit. Self-control. That's what you have as an advantage against them. You have self-control. They don't. They act on impulse. See, we have the tools in the scriptures how to deal with a narcissist. They act on impulse. They act on emotions. They act on emotions. So when you're angry, oh, that's lovely. They love that because it's energy to them spirits. It feeds them. You know, these people, they literally, I'm not making this up, they perish, they die, they fizzle out if there's no energy source. I think they probably would. Vampire. Right? We're going to type in that. So we got that on self-control. And another thing, he that have no rule of his spirit, he that rule your spirit, brothers, rule it. Rule your spirit. Proverbs 25 and 28, he that have no rule of his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. City. Rule your spirit, that's self-discipline. If you don't have that, now the enemy can get in. And that's what they look for. They're looking. You're not dealing with a human being. You're dealing with a human being that's been completely taken over. And now them spirits are riding their asses, riding them. They're not in control. Are they aware of what's going on? Yeah, they are. To a degree, yeah. But they're not in control. They're not in control. So we went to that. Is there anything else? Is there anything? There is more. There is more. So this is just some of the tactics, and it's they will try the emotional stuff because they are masters. They're masters at manipulation. That's why you got to take that play away from them. Take the play away. I've done it. I've done it so many times. You take that play away, right? If you're not there, well, they don't have access to you. Well, one might say, well, you're going to come back home. They're in your home. Okay, but they still don't have no access to you. Oh yeah, they can hack your telephone. That's what they do. They hack your telephone. It's so bad they would try to get in contact with your family members as well. That's how, bro, the level is. It's demons. It's demons. That's who they're working for. It's that bad. It's that bad. They will hack your phone. They'll hack your internet. They'll hack your. That's what they do. Right? They will use every tool they have, doubt, guilt, confusion, to make you try to question your choices that you're making because they don't make right choices. They're not sure of themselves. your feelings, even your identity. So this is spirit. It's attacking your identity. Right? I'm not making this up. Right? These are psychopaths. Well, forget the whole term psychopath. It's spirits. It's spirits using them. Have you ever noticed when you go missing for a certain amount of time? Have you noticed what happens? You break that cord. You break it. Right? Some of them will even go to the extent of jumping in the car and trying to track you down. Jump in the car. Come on, bro. Come on. Right? Come on. Right? Desperate. Right? Let's see what else we got. Desperate. Set healthy boundaries. That's what you do. You set boundaries, man. And we know they hate boundaries, but you set them. And yeah, you're going to be met. When you set them boundaries, guess what you're going to be met with? Temper tantrum. Like that Goldie song. Remember that Goldie song? Temper, temper, now. You don't have to worry. What's done is done. Temper, temper, now. Yeah, when you set a boundary, that's the best way to know if someone's for you, if they're not for you. Just set a healthy boundary and see what the reaction is going to be. You're not doing that to be vindictive. See what's going to happen. All right, you set a boundary with someone. If you get grumpiness, rage, and anger, that person wasn't for you in the first place because you set a healthy boundary. They don't respect that boundary, therefore, they can't be around you. Simple as that. Move yourself before the Lord removes you. Simple as that. I've done this so many times now, and it works. Say no. That's another thing. Say no to the narcissist. Another clue. Let's go to Ahab. Ahab, when Ahab was depressed? Would not eat. Let's see if we can find it. Would not eat. Just say no to a narcissist and see what's gonna happen. Right? They're gonna tell you that you're being difficult. Oh, he's being difficult. He's non-sociable. He's he's a bit of a recluse. No. Someone refused you. Someone told you no. And I understand narcissism is linked with rejection, right? So when someone told you no, when that person told you no, that reminded you of when you was rejected, and it brings back them feelings. So you're acting with rage. I know how this thing works. What do you think they fear the most? Rejection. A lot. Listen. Let's see if we can find this. All right. When Ahab would not eat because of Jezebel, it's rejection. That's what they fear. Not just that, and truth. So speak the truth. Jezebel. See what we can find. This is 1 Kings 21. Check this out. This is 1 Kings 21. Naboth owned a vineyard in Jezreel near King Ahab's palace. One day Ahab said, Naboth, your vineyard is near my palace. Give it to me so I can turn it into a vegetable garden. See, give it to me, Give it to me. That entitlement. That entitlement spirit. Oh, what? I don't think he deserves that. I deserve it. They do things like that as well. I can do that. Well, you can't, because if you could, you would be doing it. And I'll give you a better vineyard or pay whatever you want for yours. Check this out. Naboth answered, this vineyard has always been in my family. I won't let you have it. And they will also try to do that as well. Take your inheritance, bro. Bro. They will also do fraudulent claims, okay, and try to take what belongs to you. So Ahab went home angry and depressed because of what Naboth had told him. He lay on his bed, just staring at the wall, and laying on his bed, staring at the wall, probably sitting in the dark and refusing to eat a thing. Jezebel, his wife, came in and asked, what's wrong? Why won't you eat? So Jezebel was married to Naboth. I need another throat, mate. So this woman, Jezebel, was married. Oh yeah, married. Key thing, married. Okay, to Naboth, and Naboth, I'll be 100%. Not Naboth, so like Ahab. Excuse me, Ahab. And Ahab was known for his passivity, very passive. And when you're dealing with this spirit, you can't afford to be passive with it, because it checks. What does it do? It tests boundaries. It tests how far can I go. That's what it does. That's the remember, this spirit is a demonic spirit. Check this out. Just when his wife came and asked, "What is wrong? Why won't you eat?" And I asked Naboth to sell me. I asked Naboth to sell me his vineyard or to let me give him a better one. Ahab replied and he told me I couldn't have it. Aren't you the king of Israel? Jezebel asked. Get out of your bed and eat something. Don't worry, I'll get Naboth. See? So there was a woman involved as well. So this spirit, you're also going to find out. This is in men, by the way. This spirit is a lot of men, effeminate men, men that can't self-regulate. They will see something, and if you tell them no, they will take that as rejection, and they will play a victim. So they are victimized, they are demonized, but they will act like a victim, but they're not really victims. They're the perpetrator, they're the criminal, whatever you want to call them, okay? Because they're doing manipulative things, but they will act like a victim. And then they will go to a woman, not always, but most of the time, they'll be speaking to a woman, a lot of the times, and tell them what the case was, but they will lie. So there's lies, there's victimhood of Ahab, and there's a setup. I'm not going to read all of it. So we've also got that as well. What to look out for. If someone that you don't know is on the phone concerning you, and you've never ever ever met them, but they're around you, red light, red light. Okay. If you don't know someone, you don't know of them, you've never really spoken to them, and they're on the phone concerning you, well, there's a problem. Big problem. That's why you got to be careful of your surroundings as well. I tell you, these people study people, bro, behind closed doors. And if you thought it didn't get any worse, what they will do, they will also plant devices. Oh yeah, it's that bad. They will plant devices where you're living, near you, to monitor you. It's that bad. It's that bad. Right? So you set healthy boundaries, man. Right? And you let them know that. Like the boundaries there, don't cross that. Stay over there. Okay? Because they're like basic, they're adults. They're children in an adult's body. So your narcissist is a child in an adult's body that never really grew up. Okay? And that's just the facts. Okay, that's just the facts. You understand? And another thing, make sure you're making time for forgiveness. Don't let anything that's being done. Hold on just a minute. What they're trying to do is erode you from the inside out. So they're trying to destroy you from the inside out. They don't just want to be a part of your life. They want to control the narrative. They want to make you think you can't handle things without them. They want to control a narrative. I'm telling you. Right? So they will run to people behind your back. They will run to people behind your back. They want to control the narrative, how people see you. Especially if people love you, especially if people like you. That makes them even more mad because they want the attention. They're toddlers in an adult's body. They're toddlers in an adult's body. That's what they are. Right? Toddlers in an adult's body. That's what they are. that can't self-regulate, that never really grew up, that never really could take correction. Is it due to how they were raised? Sometimes they could have been brought up that way and they pass it down. But that's no excuse. There's no excuse. So another important thing, they try to get you to be bitter. That's be careful, because when you go to Ephesians, that bitterness. Let's go into that 4:31. Okay, let's get that. Make sure you don't become bitter. Doesn't matter what people are doing. Don't let it turn you bitter. That's a very, very dangerous path. We're going to go to Ephesians. Okay. And don't worry about what they're doing. The Lord's, listen, you think the Lord don't see things? The Lord sees everything, man. He will have people doing things to you. Doesn't mean he doesn't see it. He sees it. And when it's that time for him to judge them, he will. Don't worry. Okay, let's go to Ephesians 4:31. Let all bitterness and anger and clamor and evil speaking put away from you with all malice. Here we go. Look up this word bitterness.
Strong's G 4088. Pekria. Pekria.
It says it. Prekria. Bitter gal. Extreme wickedness. A bitter root. So producing a bitter fruit. Metaphor. Bitterness, bitter hatred. Especially poison. Things are going to happen to us sometimes, yeah? People are going to do things to you. People are going to say things. Don't allow that to cause bitterness to come into you, to spring up in you, right? Something else I want to look for. Hold on. Something just came to mind. Springing up. Got something interesting. Spring up. Less bitterness spring up in you. Spring. See if we can find it. Because what bitterness does, it can turn to a form of hate, and now you can basically block your blessings. That can mess everything up for you now, because the devil knows if he can get you bitter, that opens up, what is it, room for demonic possession. He knows that. So these are tactics. I'm just looking for this scripture. Springing up, root of bitterness, of bitterness. You can hear when someone's bitter when they're speaking. I knew it was going to do that. I'm having trouble getting this up. All right. We're just going to another tab. You have to bear me just a minute. Springing up. Okay, I found it. This is Hebrews 12:15. Looking diligently, lest any fail of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness, any root of bitterness springing up, trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. So don't let bitterness spring up in you, where it defiles your spirit now. It says it's springing up. So this can happen. And now you start to turn like them. You start to turn cold. You don't want to talk to people. You turn like them. Because that's another goal as well. Their goal is to turn you into them, where they could try to feed off you and trade places. Destiny swap. That's what they want to do. So make sure you don't turn into them. What they're doing, don't be doing what they're doing. Do the complete opposite. If they say go right, you go left. If they say go left, you go right. Because you're not gonna. I wouldn't take no advice of a highly functional. Some of them are functional narcissists. Yeah, you have narcissists that can go to work, right? So you have functioning narcissists as well. Okay, so just be aware of these things and put on the whole armor that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, because they have spirits attached to them, right? Spirits of chaos, spirits of gossiping, spirit of lies. They have all them things, and you don't want to be in that energy at all. You want to be in that healing. You want to be in that healing energy, healing, bro. You understand? Constantly healing, constantly getting better. And there's another tactic. What they do to try to allure you in, they will also say if you've exposed them, they will get quiet, but that's not too good because they can't be in quietness for too long. So when they get quiet, that's like love bombing, try to get you to let your guards down. So when they're quiet, that's what they're doing, trying to play on your emotions. Oh, woe is me. And when they go quiet, it's because they're thinking of another way to try to manipulate, and there's something sinister in their heads that the devil's telling them. So never trust a narcissist when they're fully quiet. Because a lot of the times when a narcissist is quiet, sometimes he's thinking of some type of form of revenge. These are demonic spirits in these people using their vessels. They are meat suits. You understand? They have no compassion. They have no remorse. They're not empathetic. They don't care about feelings. It's about what you can do for them. Okay? Selfish ambition. Jezebel. It's a Jezebel spirit. It's a Leviathan spirit. Python is, which is associated with witchcraft. Acts 16 and 16. When you had that little slave girl following Paul, what happened? Right? They will try to get into your energy. They'll try everything. Right? They try and get close to you to get that energy because they're not surviving. Quickly type in Dracula. You type in Dracula. Let's type in Dracula. Mm-hmm. Let's type in Dracula meaning. Dracula meaning. Dracula meaning. Okay. I want to get the full meaning on this. Come on. Hold on just a minute. Actually, you know. Go into alright, Dracula. You ever watch that program? It came out what the 1900s called Bram Stoker. Bram Stoker. It says, check this out. Dracula, the archetype of the vampire. His name is linked to Vlad, who was part of an order of Dragon, a Christian knight order. Okay, let's get more into it. Let's type in vampire. I mean vampire. Come on. Watch that movie Bram Stoker, by the way. It's interesting. Vampire meaning. And see what we can get. Ah, check this out. A vampire. In popular folklore, an undead being in human form that survives by sucking the blood of living people. Are you listening? Survives. What does that sound like to you? It sounds like narcissism. Survives by sucking the blood. Remember, narcissists live a life on survival. Surviving. Bro, we're not supposed to be living a life like that. Surviving off other people. Right? Supply. By sucking blood of living people. Especially at night. In other words, they need energy, right? A person such as the extortionist who takes advantage of others. Wow. So they also take advantage of other people, especially for personal gain. I never knew that was a vampire. A vampire bat, a blood-sucking ghost. So when it says ghost, this would be a spirit, a soul of a dead person, superstitiously believed to come from the grave and wander about by night, sucking the blood of persons asleep. Wow. Thus causing their death. Their superstition was prevalent in parts of Eastern Europe. What else have we got? Interesting. Well, interesting, right? So if you notice how it says A vampire is a dead person who comes back to life through witchcraft and sucks blood from other people at night when you're sleeping. A lot of you brothers, you get them attacks, right? During nighttime, right? And you hear nothing but, you don't hear nothing, just silence. They're trying to harvest your energy, man. Hmm. Hmm. I'm trying to harness that stuff, man. They're demons, man. And this sums up a narcissist. Okay, wait. Hey, this is so spiritual. So I'm gonna shut off here, and the best thing you can do is you pray. Okay, you pray, right? And you get these people from around you. You pray to Yahweh that He removes these people from around you, man, and He has them go somewhere else. Because when they're not around you, they're going somewhere else to look for that energy. Real talk. So I hope this was edifying. I'll shut off here, and until the next time, shalom to the whole planet. Shalom.